There's nothing worse than spending months working on an idea for an online course only to release it and get crickets. Nothing, no sales. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to avoid that. In fact, if you implement my 4-step method, you will always produce offers that sell. Let's jump right into it. So in my book, Validate Your Offer, I talk about something I call the offer clarity grid. And I'm using this from a page inside of the workbook. And this simple offer grid has allowed me to make sure that I'm creating products that people actually want. Whether it's an online course or some other kind of offer, a coaching offer, this works every single time. In fact, I even use this before I write a book. So this is a very simple process, but yet it's really effective. And we're going to walk through this step by step. So number one is the plot. And this is answering the question, what does the hero want? We're going to implement ideas from effective storytelling in movies into the process of creating digital products because it works. And you have to first ask, what specifically do they want? And you can brainstorm 2, 3, 4, 5 things. And here's the big mistake that a lot of course creators make. They try to create a course that solves all of them. No, you want to hone in on something very specific. So find that specific thing, the specific thing for your course. And once you get really clear on what does the hero want, now we can move to step 2. And step 2 in our process is problem. What is stopping them? And if you don't ask, my number 1 tip here is survey. This is huge. And here's why. Because we need to get their language, their words. We need them to describe the problem. Now, I learned from someone who is highly successful at this and teaching it, Ryan Levesque from the Ask Method, and he talks about asking open-ended questions. And a great open-ended question is, when it comes to insert what they want, what's your single biggest challenge or frustration? And then it's open-ended. You allow them to frustrate and write out and describe it in great detail of what they're frustrated by. And you could do this via emails, social media, personal interviews, lots of ways. And when you get that information back, you're going to clearly see where the pain points are. In fact, pay attention to the words they use. For a long time, I struggled for trying to create a course that was related to growing your audience. And what I was saying was build your list, build your list, build your list. When I surveyed my audience and asked them, what's your single biggest challenge or frustration with building an audience? You know what they said? Getting traffic, getting traffic, getting traffic. Now, I knew that if I could magically turn on the traffic train and allow lots of traffic to come their way, their immediate response was going to be, oh no, how do I build my list? So sometimes what we think is most important, which list building is, our audience isn't thinking the same way. So the moment I started talking about traffic, 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 I was resonating with them. And that is what they were trying to figure out. They were trying to figure out, how do I get more eyeballs on my stuff, right? So you want to identify the problem. By the way, if you're enjoying this, I go into greater detail inside this book. I'll put a link in the description below. And I even have a companion workbook that allow you to work things out so that you can create offers that sell. And I talk a lot about creating offers that you sell before you actually create the offer, right? So selling before you create is a novel idea. It stops us from wasting a lot of time. All right, let's jump back into it. The next one is promise. And this is key. What can you help them achieve? And I always try to nail down a 7 to 10 word promise. Now this is more for me, but I need to know what is the specific promise that I'm making. If you go through and implement this course, this is the benefit that you're going to receive. And that's another little pro tip here. There's a big difference between benefits and features. One copywriter often said, and it's something that stuck with me, is that benefits sell, features tell. But what often happens is we sell the features. This 52 video course is so comprehensive. You're going to get 6 hours of video. There's checklists and cheat sheets. And yes, you should let people know what they're going to get. But the features aren't what's really selling things here. It's the benefits. And the benefits are, how are they going to make a person feel? They're going to feel more successful. What is the person going to get as far as tangible outcomes? If you implement this, you will get on 100 podcasts. If you implement this guest podcasting course. And so you need to be thinking about the promises related to the benefits they will receive. It's the before state, their problem, and the after state, what it is the goal is that they're going to achieve. That's really important. And by the way, if you are enjoying this, then would you take a moment and let me know? Hit the like or even subscribe to the channel, or even hit that bell notification to let me know that you are interested in this kind of information. And also, it'll let you know the next time a new video drops. Okay, let's get into what I think is bringing it all together. So again, we have the plot. What does the hero want? 2, we have successfully identified the problem. What's stopping them? We're not just guessing what they're struggling with, but we're surveying and finding out what it is that they actually are struggling with. And then the promise, we're getting really clear on 7 to 10 word promise that's related to benefits. Now we put it all together. It's the path. And this is really key. One of the questions I ask myself is, what are the 3 to 7 steps to get there? So this is where you have to do the difficult work of really nailing down the path. I believe it was Albert Einstein that said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough. And one of the things that we subject matter experts have to do is we have to dive in to the subject matter and wrestle with it until we can break it down to its simplest parts. And I like to get it somewhere between 3 to 7 parts. Now, in a mini course, those can be 3 to 7 videos. In a bigger course, those are 3 to 7 modules of the course. But either way, someone wants to feel like they're making progress. See, the goal is not just information. The goal is transformation here. And when we're creating an online course, we want someone to feel like they're making progress. One of the things I often do is I keep my videos between 5 to 10 minutes. More often than not, I try to stick around 5 minutes. Why? I want to make it easy to digest. There's nothing more discouraging than watching a 5-minute video in a course, and then you watch the next one's 45 minutes. And all of that information gets lost inside of this really long video. We don't want to do that. We want simple videos that have a specific action step that's making someone feel like they're taking one step at a time and feeling successful. So that is the process. If you will implement these 4 things, then you will not fail when it comes to online courses, and you will always hit it out of the park with your offers. So again, plot. What does the hero want? Problem. What's stopping them? Promise. What can you help them achieve? And then putting it all into a path for your courses and your coaching, or even your books, even your speeches, to help the people you want to most help, your audience, be successful. Now, if you maybe say, Jonathan, I'm still trying to figure out my niche. I'm still trying to figure out who it is I want to serve. Then be sure to check out my video that's all about 4 unique ways to find your unique niche. We'll see you over in that video.